Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hopefully, we all are having a great start to our day, and hopefully, we all had a wonderful week. And it's about time to get started with next week, and we're now starting to work our way pretty well into June here. I think today is the 4th, so we've got an exciting month ahead, I think, and we should have some really nice weather for a lot of folks, although also some disturbed weather from time to time. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about what we can expect today, but also this week coming ahead. So, hopefully you learned something here. Hopefully you gain some knowledge that will help you plan your week out. I think that's really all I've got. Again, I know this is a morning video. Unfortunately, I usually work a double on Sundays, so I've got to go into work in about an hour or so. A morning video it will be today, and likely, again, that'll probably be a pretty common theme for most Sundays. I think that's really all. I guess there's no point in me rambling on if there's nothing to ramble on about. So we'll go ahead and jump into the forecast. So sun rising over the continental U.S. this morning. You'll notice a couple of key features. One, some pretty pesky low pressure here off the coast of New England, helping to produce some showers there into sections of eastern New England. Also some broad low pressure down here off the southeast coast, helping to cause some cloudy weather here into the mid-Atlantic as well. And then this is actually what is left of now post-tropical storm Arlene, kind of moving there south of the Florida Keys. So not expecting any impacts from that, but just kind of interesting to see this thing still spinning away on satellite down here. So that's all we got for satellite today here into the east. Looking at radar, overall pretty quiet. Again, we've got some showers up here into the northeast because of that low pressure, bringing some of that Atlantic moisture back over sections of Maine and New Hampshire. And that should continue through much of this afternoon with on and off showers up into that part of the country. Now down here off the southeast coast, we also have some showers. So for you beach goers, nothing getting onshore right now, but some of these could briefly move their way inland, although I'm not expecting a washout by any means for anyone here. Same thing down here into the areas of South Florida where, again, this is what is left of Arlene spinning away, causing some brief showers, but mainly just cloudy weather there into Florida. Other than that, east of the Mississippi, we are all clear right now. Should really shape up to be a pretty nice day for a lot of us. Now, we do have a bit of a fire danger risk today, so that's what this color is up here into Michigan. So we will be watching that, and that'll be a pretty common theme for a lot of folks really up into this part of the country where we have very dry weather. So if you're burning anything, really just try not to burn anything, but if you are, really be careful when you are doing that. Now, looking at today's high temperatures, it's going to be a mixed bag depending on where you're at. Really kind of the sweet spot today, I think, for at least comfortable weather will be right here into the mid-Atlantic. But if you're more of a summertime fan, out here into the plains, we're going to have beautiful weather up into the 90s and likely very sunny skies for a lot of us as well. Now, if you're up here into the Northeast, again, you're likely really going to be struggling to get out of the 50s into much of New England this afternoon, and those higher elevations in New Hampshire and Maine might not even break 50. So this will be a very chilly day up in that part of the country. Again, this will be due to that low pressure kind of spinning away up in that part of the world. So taking a look at today's Storm Prediction Center outlook, we have one little area here to watch out for into sections of Tennessee, Alabama, and northwestern Georgia. So from Nashville down to kind of Dalton, Georgia, and back towards Birmingham, and as well up towards the Knoxville area and Chattanooga, we could be dealing with a couple of strong storms this afternoon. Again, the main threats here would be isolated damaging winds. Can't rule out a little bit of hail, but really no tornado threat. So that is definitely good to see. And as we get into tomorrow, that threat shifts off to the foothills of the Carolinas. So here in my neck of the woods, from kind of Clemson down towards Anderson, up towards Spartanburg, Greenville, Gaffney, Charlotte, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, and even back towards the Hendersonville and Asheville area. So watching that as well for a couple strong storms tomorrow afternoon. Really the same threats that we're going to see today. With isolated damaging winds, and can't rule out some large hail as well, but not really any tornado threat to speak of. So breaking down this future radar, I'm going to go ahead and refresh this so we have the latest data here. If it wants to refresh, that is. Taking a sweet old time, but that will be okay. So going into this afternoon, again, you'll notice we get these showers to move into sections of New England here. Other than that, though, the other main storyline will be some afternoon showers and storms popping up here for a lot of us, but they'll be very scattered, so don't expect, a washout for anybody, but anyone kind of here into this area could see some afternoon showers pop up. But really, that severe threat that we talked about will be isolated there to those sections of Tennessee that we looked at. So, again, nothing huge here, nothing out of the ordinary for early June. Now, as we go into tomorrow afternoon, it'll be a lot of the same. We get another flare-up of these showers and storms, this time mainly into the southeastern part of the country, but that severe weather threat, of course, will be isolated here into the western Carolinas, as we looked at with that Storm Prediction Center outlook, where we could get some of those storms to become a tad bit stronger there in that part of the country going into tomorrow evening and even into the early overnight hours. Before those storms kind of fizzle out as they move towards the coastline. All right, so taking a look here at the kind of pattern up ahead through this coming week, we'll show you the Euro model here because I think it's doing a pretty good job depicting what I expect this week. And, as we move this ahead into Monday, you'll notice a couple things that are going to unfold this week. So we're still going to have this pesky low pressure hanging out here off the coast of New England for a little bit. That's going to keep things unsettled there. But eventually, we're going to get this low pressure to kind of continue to drift southward. And with it, there will be a cold front. So we're going to get this cold front to slowly work its way south, kind of eyeing the Gulf of Mexico throughout the week. And this could help to bring the chance of some showers and storms as it gets closer to the Gulf this week. And I can't even rule out maybe even a little bit of severe weather here into the southeast as we go later into this work week. So again, going into Thursday here, you see I think Thursday could be one of those days we see some pretty impressive storms develop here into the southeast as this cold front continues to sag southward, clashing with that warm Gulf air. So we'll watch that on Thursday. And then as we go into Friday, that cold front continues to move southward before hopefully finally clearing out and giving us a little bit of nicer weather going into the second half of this coming work week. So showing this to you in a precipitation depiction here from the Euro model. Again, you'll notice, of course, this is that low pressure spinning away here off the coast of New England, but you'll kind of notice some showers developing here as that cold front kind of sags southward. So I'll move this into Thursday afternoon. And watch here as you'll kind of see this little area of showers move southward on Thursday during the day here. You'll see this is Thursday morning. You see that popping up there into the mountains of North Carolina and Tennessee. And then going into Thursday afternoon, pretty well depicted cold front here, kind of sweeping on southward. And again, this could cause some severe storms, but if not severe, I definitely expect some thunderstorms just in general to fire up along this cold front on Thursday afternoon especially. But even backing this up into Wednesday afternoon, anyone kind of here in this warm sector or this kind of moist, unstable air in front of that cold front will have the chance of some showers or storms popping up before eventually that kind of clears out as we go into our Friday and maybe even having a pretty nice weekend again this coming weekend here into the east, which will be really nice considering how we've been treated this year on the weekends. So another great way to look at this is the dew point map, and again, I do want to mention real quick these very low dew points here into kind of the Ohio River Valley and Midwest, as well as sections of the Northeast, is why we have that fire danger risk. So again, be very careful if you're burning anything in that part of the country today. But as we move this ahead, again, you'll see that cold front coming in from Canada and eventually trying to sag its way southbound. And again, going into Thursday afternoon, a very defined cold front here working its way south and clashing with that Gulf air, bringing that chance of some stronger storms. And eventually that will likely make its way at least close to the Gulf by the time we get into Friday and Saturday before it kind of stalls out. And we'll see kind of where this boundary sets up. But we'll have a pretty good clash between very moist, unstable summertime air and more dry air. So we'll see where that sets up. And, the general timing of that will get a little more defined as we get closer. So looking at total rain here over the next 5 days, again, definitely a good bit here up into New England as we have that low pressure. But other than that, really just the rest of that will be here into the southeast as that warm sector advances ahead of that cold front that will eventually move in later this week. But if you're up here into the kind of Ohio River Valley and sections of the northern mid-Atlantic and southern northeast, you're going to have just a really nice stretch of weather here over the next 5 days or so at least. So that's all I've got for you on this Sunday. Again, hopefully you learned something. But if there's something I didn't answer, of course, ask me in the comments. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Again, I work a double today, so it might be a little difficult to get back to you super quickly, but I'll definitely try my best. And yeah, also, if you're kind of free today and you want to watch something on TV, Charlotte baseball is in Clemson this afternoon, taking on the Tigers. So, of course, make sure you're rooting for Charlotte this afternoon, and we'll try to make history there in Clemson University. I know I'll be wearing my little pickaxe pin at work and rooting for them. So, maybe you should do the same for me. Anyway, with all that said, hope you have a great rest of your Sunday and have a great start to your week as well tomorrow, and I will see you all then.